Caledonia Warriors got back on the winning track last week with a 41-20 win up at Cannon Falls. Head coach Carl Fruechte joining us. And coach, you got down early in that game, and we talk a lot. You mentioned what type of football team do you want to be when you're down at 12-0. Granted, if you never give yourself that opportunity, it's an okay thing. But you were down 12-0 in the second quarter, but your kids were able to turn it around from that point. What do you credit that to?
Just their grit. I think our kids have a lot of grit, a lot of desire, which is extremely important to us. I think it's the number one attribute that we should be installing in young men. And I just thought, they picked themselves up and found a way to get back in the game and eventually, overcome a very good Cannon Falls team. So, yeah, extremely proud and yeah, rather not get down. But again, you got to put yourself in that situation so you know how to come back from that mentally, is what I would prefer.
And when you have a situation like that, and you have success after digging yourself that early deficit, what does that allow a team? In what ways does that allow a team potentially to grow from dealing with a little bit of adversity like that?
Yeah, I think just a lot of confidence. Obviously, we talked, long and hard about, we prefer not. But again, I think it's so important to teach young people that you can overcome adversity, right? And our coaching staff, our chance to do that is on the football field, right? So, um, yeah, just really proud of them for just sticking with the plan, understanding, we just need a couple plays. And again, they deserve all the credit, Darren. Seniors led extremely well. They're doing a great job. And yeah, just hope it continues.
And looking at the stat sheet from that game, 128 yards passing, 156 yards rushing, and you got nine kids involved in the offense, and several of them scored as well. Do you feel you've done a good job of establishing a lot of threats offensively?
I honestly, Darren, I think we can do a better job. And
Okay.
again, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, getting nine guys is good. I just we talk a lot about when you have a multitude of guys. Like if they take this guy away, then the next guy can step up and make plays. And so you're constantly trying to build confidence and that you can make this play and that you can do it. And so it's good, Darren. Don't get me wrong, but we want to just keep installing it. It's crazy how one of our kids, made a really nice play, and one of our coaches, really was praising him for how fast he was, and the young man was like, "Ah, I'm not that fast," and it's like, no, don't say that. You are, and um, you constantly got to work on their confidence. But again, it's nice to have nine guys making plays.
And it was a 2020 game at halftime, and then Ethan Stendel gets that kickoff return in the third quarter to give you guys the lead for good. A kickoff return touchdown doesn't happen without all 11 guys on the same page. How big of a play is that special teams touchdowns? How big of a play was it last Friday night? And in general, what does that do to a team's confidence when you can get a special team score?
Yeah, what really made me happy, Darren, because we emphasize it a lot. That we feel like we can score at any moment. And so to be able to do it and have his brothers, his 10 brothers make real nice blocks. And, sometimes too, Darren, uh, it's being smart and pulling up and not making that block where the ref might think it's, oh boy, that's close to the, in the back. And we talk a lot about that. And I saw one of our young men pull up and he made the right decision. Ethan was already, going by him. So real smart, intelligent play. And, we feel like with Ethan and Fisher back there, and not just those guys, we got our whole, and we tell everybody, you're an athlete, you get the ball. I think the first kickoff, Noah Schrader grabbed it and did a great job going right away. And that's what we want. We want confidence with the football in their hands.
And this week you have a Saturday game. How does that perhaps alter the week of practice and preparation?
Doesn't really. I'm not a big fan of Saturday games unless it's a tournament, Darren, just because I think it's extremely important for high school kids to have that extra day of rest.
Mm.
So now we gotta, I mean, obviously we want to do a great job with La Crescent. Terry Donovan and his staff do a great job. I know Terry very well. He's a great man. He's doing, very good things in La Crescent. But from the mindset of, okay, we got a game Saturday, Sunday will be a day off. How are we going to handle Monday? But again, we got to take care of business Saturday.
And what are you expecting out of La Crescent as they make the short trip down Highway 44 on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, double wing, and Terry does a great job with that. And, good, real good play action pass. And they got looks like they got some good athletes that can run. Defensively, we're considering it a four-man front. They sort of are really trying to confuse you and keep you guessing. And we just got to be patient and understand, take care of our gaps and do our job.
All right, Coach. Hopefully, you can make it a happy homecoming this Saturday. Keep your guys healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you much.
Carl Fruechte, head coach of the Caledonia Warriors, homecoming this Saturday as Caledonia takes on La Crescent Hoka.